Greetings everyone, Journeyman here, and welcome back to We March On, a Southampton Football Manager 2017 save. So there's been a couple of games from the last episode and today's episode. Let's take a look at some of those results. Well, we followed up the 2-0 victory over Newcastle with a 2-0 victory over Burnley, this time, however, in the EFL third round. So it was a pretty good display, dominated the game pretty much from start to finish. Burnley didn't actually have a shot on goal, on target, I should say, the entire game. Journeyman actually got the man of the match with a goal and assist. However, after two victories, unfortunately, we suffered 2 defeats. First one was up against Watford away from home. This was a very frustrating game. Watford, honestly, they weren't that good, but we were just very, very sloppy in possession. As you can see, 46%. It's not our usual number. We're usually in the mid to high 50s, and as you can see, we're just very, very sloppy today. And unfortunately, they capitalized. Mario Zarate got a goal in the 43rd minute, and Andre Gray got one coming off the bench in the 85th. And then most recently, it was a 2-1 defeat at home to West Ham. West Ham got off to an absolute flyer. We're really struggling by halftime, and after halftime we dominated the game. We had like maybe one shot on goal before halftime, and then after half though we dominated proceedings. And Luan got a goal in the 74th minute, which put us back in the game, but we just couldn't finish off our chances, and unfortunately it was another 2-1 defeat. So with those results, this is how the Premier League table looks. We have slipped all the way down to 13th in the table now. 2 wins, 2 draws, and obviously 3 defeats. So we take on Manchester United today. It's going to be an extremely tough fixture. As you can see, they are in 3rd place right now. They've only lost 1 game so far, and that was a 3-0 defeat away at Leicester City. So with that in mind, with some of the most recent results and performances, I've actually changed the tactic a little bit, tweaked it as it were. I've basically moved Romeo into a holding midfield role, and I've put Bertrand on attack as well as Cedric. This idea is to get some more width. We were playing far too narrow, and I feel like if we do this, Romeo is going to help protect the back line, as Bertrand and Cedric provide support and width for the strikers. So I've actually moved Gabbiadini out to the right position as a inside forward, and then Tadic on the left, Luan up top, Lamina, Davis, Romeo, and then obviously Bertrand, Cedric, Vida, Van Dijk, and Forster. The team selection shouldn't be much of a surprise by now. I actually also have started to play the get another formation trained up, which is a 4-3-1-2 formation that's primarily based around possession of the football. We'll have to see how this one goes. I actually used this one in my Weston not so super Mare save, and it proved remotely successful there, so I'm hoping I can translate it to this save if necessary. But anyway, as I say, we take on Manchester United away from home today. We are on national TV, so that's a bit of extra income. Alright, so going into today's game, looks like Man United also line up with a 4-5-1 formation. Let's take a look at some of the team news. Obviously, we know our team. Let's proceed to the match. Man United, of course, are 4-7 on favourites, as you would expect, and obviously we're 4-1. So let's see how they line up. They got Daley Blind, Paul Pogba, Herrera in midfield. Tremolanos on the left, Valencia on the right back position, Lindelof and Jones through the middle, Mkhitaryan on the right wing, Jesse Lingard attacking inside forward on the left with Marcus Rashford up top. They have plenty of options on the bench too, with Sagna, Mata, Lukaku, Fellaini, Darmian and Martial. So they've got a pretty strong squad, and we're definitely going to be up against it today. I'm hoping, though, we can provide a good, solid defensive display, and maybe we have the talent. I mean, we have the talent up top with Gabbiadini, Tadic, and Luan to try and create something, and maybe we can snatch a memorable victory at Old Trafford. Alright, first highlight, 40 seconds in. Rashford is going to drive forward here. He takes on Lamina, but Lamina does very well to win the ball back. Bertrand hits it forward looking for Luan. Valencia beats him in the air. Mkhitaryan plays inside to Paul Pogba. Pogba back to Daley Blind. Blind to Lindelof. Lindelof hits it long, but Cedric as well to snuff out the opportunity and maybe set up a counter-attack. But we give the ball away far too cheaply once again. Pogba's going to hit a fire to Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan's going to take on Bertrand. Plays it inside to Herrera, to Rashford. Rashford turns in the box, shoots and scores, and that's a fantastic finish there from Marcus Rashford. 1-0 to Manchester United in the first 2 minutes. Not a good way to start the game. Alright, here's another attack from Manchester United. Pogba is given away cheaply there to Lamina. Gabbiadini to Davis. Back to Gabbiadini. Not much movement up top, which is disappointing. He hasn't got many options, which is why he gave the ball away cheaply. Pogba hits it long to Rashford, who's through on goal. Marcus Rashford chips Forster, and it is 2-0 within the first 6 minutes. This tactical change hasn't really gone in our favour so far. Yeah, as you can see, Pogba have a great ball over the top. And Rashford, even though we've got two quality centre-halves, that was far, far too easy for Marcus Rashford. Pretty much, that was appalling defending. Alright, Jones, tackled by Romeo, but the ball bounces to Valencia, to Rashford in the box. He's got a hat-trick in the first 25 minutes of the game. It is an unmitigated disaster right now for us. We are really, really up against it. Ball's played it wide. Valencia got past Bertrand. Ball's in. No one picked up the run of Rashford, and he wasn't going to miss from there. 3-0 to Manchester United and 3 goals from Marcus Rashford. Alright, half the whistle is blown. It's still 3-0 to Manchester United, but obviously this sets up a pretty depressing second half of the game, obviously, because we haven't been in this game whatsoever. You know what? Let's try something new. Let's go switch to a 4-3-1-2 formation. Let's put Tadic in the attacking playmaker role, Luan and Gabbiadini up top. We can keep the same players on, which is quite good about this tactic. It means we have our strongest 11. Stephen Davis, though, will come off for James Ward-Prowse, just because Ward-Prowse is a bit more creative, and he just got a bit better set-piece takers and might be able to create a goal from there. So, alright, so Ward-Prowse is on. We'll switch to a 4-3-1-2, because we have nothing to lose in the second half. And ever see a positive display, maybe I can go forward using this tactic. Alright, almost 65 minutes on the clock. Let's make another change. Let's bring off Lamina. Let's bring Jordi Clasie on in his spot. Let's also bring off Luan, who's been pretty disappointing today. Let's bring on Charlie Austin. Move Charlie Austin to the target man role, and Gabbiadini can be a poacher. Nothing worse than having being 3-0 down at half-time and having to play a whole second half. Ball's in the box there. Oh, good effort there from Tadic. Good save from De Gea. And that was our first real chance of the game in the 71st minute of it. Alright, here's a chance. Prowse shoots and scores! James Ward-Prowse scores on a goal for a great free kick there. 25 yards out. Second goal of the season for James Ward-Prowse. Nothing more than the consolation, but a very good free kick nevertheless. I mean, that is kind of a specialty. Alright, Matt is going to whip this in. Fellaini wins it, and Jones tucks it past Forster, makes it 4-1, just to put the icing on the cake for Manchester United. Terrible defending from the set piece. Ball's whipped in. Fellaini win the header, and then Jones somehow beat Forster in the air despite Forster being 6'7". Jones rose above him. Alright, Bertrand gets the byline to Prowse, who gets a second goal. It's 4-2. So James Ward-Prowse coming off the bench today to make quite an impact. Bertrand does very well to get in the box and pull it back for the run of Prowse, and a very tidy finish there from the young midfielder. Alright, here's maybe a chance from United from the he restarts, and Rashford puts it wide there, and he probably should at least hit the target, and probably should have been 5-2. But we've only got a few seconds left now in regulation, and not much more to say. Pretty disappointing display. Obviously, that first 25 minutes of the game completely killed the fixture, unfortunately, and from then onwards, it really was an uphill battle. There were some positives, however. The second half, we did play a little bit better with that new formation, the 4-3-1-2, and James Ward-Prowse came off the bench and bagged a couple of goals. So, you know what? I can't be too disappointed with that. However, obviously, if you concede 3 goals in the first 25 minutes at Old Trafford, there's no way coming back from that. So after that disappointing display, that's 3 defeats in a row now against Watford, West Ham, and of course Manchester United. But we do have a South Coast derby, not the South Coast derby, but a South Coast derby up against Bournemouth in the next fixture and also the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this series so far. If you did, remember to drop a like on the video and the series itself. And if you want to see more videos from me in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.